You know, like I was born and brought up in Bombay, originally from Goa, but I always wanted to come and live in Goa. Now that I'm actually living here, and if I think that if I was working in Bombay, I don't think I would have this much freedom of creativity, you know.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have probably come up with my own podcast. I think this quality of life gives you space to think.
Yes.
To think differently, to enjoy
that
the
race is not around you, no? That mad rush that you see in these big cities just to get to where? It's like, why are people just rushing so much?
Welcome to Susegaad Musings, the brand new talk show that's all about the sun-kissed, beautiful state of Goa. Co-hosted by Amit, Chopra and myself, Ryan Lobo, we talk about the real Goa by speaking to people who call Goa their home.
I think nobody can do it on their own, right? It has to be from the environment around. Like I'm so grateful that I made that shift to Goa. Goa has made me today my identity. When I say I'm from the state of Goa, I am so proud when I move out of the state, when I play my sports, when I go for my international tournaments. And I say I'm from Goa, immediately like, yeah, we know Goa. Wow. I said it's a beautiful state and Goa has so much to offer. I feel our youngsters today, they are so well-rounded because we have a great environment around us.
Yes, true.
The 11th episode of Susegaad Musings features Charmaine Shackleton Godinho, a national sportsperson, former model, and to be honest, wears too many hats for this introduction. She shares how Goa's culture and environment has been an essential part of her active lifestyle, and so much more. We prefer to have Charmaine share about it like only she can, so let's get straight into this episode of Susegaad Musings.
So we got a brand new episode. We have Charmaine Shackleton Godinho here. Welcome to our talk show.
Thank you.
Amit and Charmaine have known each other for years now, and I've heard so many nice things about you.
It's been an eventful
I've been telling some bad ones also.
We'll choose to not talk about that, I think, today. Yeah.
So Charmaine, tell us about your upbringing, and you've spent a lot of time in North India, because your father was in the defense.
Yes.
So tell us about a little bit about that.
So typical of all defense kids, Dad was a pilot in the Air Force. So my upbringing was where he was posted.
Right.
At that time when I was a young girl, it was more in East India. I was born in Bagdogra, which is in Siliguri.
Bagdogra, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And the tea gardens and all, I believe my pram used to be pushed around over there when I was where I was
amazing.
born.
Amazing.
And
Wonder whether you were posted there.
No, my dad, not me. I was also a defense brat. You know, this is another thing common between us.
Yeah.
I'm also a defense brat. Lived most of my life all over India. Dad was an army officer. Her dad was an Air Force officer.
Yeah.
So her life revolved around the Air Force bases and mine around the cantonments.
Exactly.
So Goa, I was born here.
I was born in Bagdogra, Siliguri,
So,
but of course,
yes.
because of that movement and that moving around constantly,
Yes.
Dad decided to put my brother and I into a boarding school
I wish mine had
in
done.
the middle of Haryana, Jat
Okay.
land.
All right.
So that's where I did most of my schooling.
Sorry,
Chori.
Haryana, please.
So I call myself an Anglo-Jat because I've been, born and brought up mainly in North India. But yes.
And you schooled in a sporting school.
Yeah, so it was a boarding school called Motilal Nehru School of Sports. It's in Sonipat, and now Sonipat is also very well known for Ashoka University, which is over there. A sports school because we had about 360 acres of land, and
That's massive.
massive, and we had all the sports facilities. It was a public school, and
With a boarding facility.
with the
like,
boarding
so you all
facility and a
had hostel.
CBSE board. We did this Central Board of Secondary Education. That's how we studied.
Motilal Nehru School is a very renowned school for sports and education
And
otherwise
academics,
also,
yeah.
and academics as well.
So that's
It's amazing this thing combo, and I think this school was a pioneering school in India on sports. It has been there for years, and it's a huge place.
massive, yeah.
It's a
So
huge
it was
place.
not just the school's academics and sports, it was also our debates and our declamations. We used to have professors who would come down from England and who would teach us for 6 months at a time. Yeah, so the overall education that I received, I still feel when I'm looking for my children that I'm not able to possibly get that same
So would you
all-rounded.
recommend people still go there?
It's a little far away now. I mean, people ask me,
Yeah.
why didn't you send your kids to? Now, of course, two of them have finished schooling, two of my daughters. But it's a little far away for me. But I think that school was brilliant because it brought out what I am today is partly because of my
You've
schooling.
tough also, become a little tougher also because of
That's
that.
the Jat. That's the Jat
You know,
element.
we call her, the muscle in our GC, Governing Council of
Chhe
Goa
foot ki-
Association
chhe
of
foot ki muscle.
Realtors. So they say, yeah, some of you. I said, don't worry, Charmaine is there with us. She'll take care of situations.
Kavita was telling me that you're tall.
Not-
No kidding. what is your height?
Almost 6 feet.
Wow, amazing. Are you taller than Andre, your brother? Close.
I'd like to say.
I
Yes,
think you are. I think you are.
I think so.
Don't think so. I think you are.
But
I think we're the same height. Being skinnier and being a woman, I think I appear to be taller. Yeah, but I guess we're the same height. Yeah.
Okay, let's just say he's taller.
No, I don't agree on that. I think she is taller. And I'm biased.
Andre, I never said anything.
That's it. That's
So,
it.
growing up in that school, sports was a big part of your life.
Absolutely. So we had compulsory physical training in the morning. Then we had school hours like any other school
Thank
has
God my
hours.
dad didn't put me in that school.
And then we had
Were you in boarding?
No, I was not. I'm a Kendra Vidyalaya kid.
Okay.
Center school.
Tough.
At what it was called at that time. We had tough times because we were moving every few years.
Yeah.
It becomes very tough for children to move and, get acclimatized to another school.
Yeah.
Right.
But
That's the reason we were put into the boarding
I
school.
think
yeah.
that would have been a good decision for me also. I wish I was in a boarding. I had this dream of being in a boarding, but that's it.
But so there were so many sports, and we had to, when we joined the school in 4th standard, we had to choose a sport that
Okay.
we would want to be trained in.
Oh, at 4th standard.
In 4th standard. That's when the boarding school started. So I chose lawn tennis, and Andre at that time, my brother, he chose swimming. And he became a very good diver. Then he left swimming, and somewhere in the 8th or 9th standard, he went into squash. But that I continued with my tennis. And this is what the school used to do for us. They used to train us so well in the sport that almost every child in Rai has represented the state in the nationals.
Oh, wow.
So I've
Almost
been
every child
almost
of that
every
school.
child of that school. And we had no obese kids in our school because of the training regimen. And of course the diet. That they said. Amit,
I guess I
you would
wouldn't
have
have
been
fit
good in that
I
school.
don't think I would have fit in. I was, yeah.
I'm sure you were very skinny growing up.
I was not, I had phases. Like the moon used to wane and, grow both.
With you
So,
both ways.
I had phases.
Yeah.
But yes, I was more in contact sports.
All right.
Taekwondo was my sport. For me, I was not really a player of other sports. I used to play football, become the goalkeeper, and the other guys used to never able to score goals because I had to come and crash into it. I used to go and crash into them rather than the ball. So they used to be scared to come near the goal when I was there. I used to be wicket, I used to think that I was very good at cricket because I used to become the umpire.
Nice.
And I used to say that I'm going to not be out if I'm playing there. But let's jokes apart. I was not really a very good sportsman. I was good in
There's no
contact
good and
sports.
bad.
Taekwondo
I just
was
believe
my
you're
sport.
participating in sports. I think sports brings about this discipline in someone, and I feel that today, at a stage in life where I am, that sports culture
Absolutely.
is still so embedded in me, and that discipline that I have, I feel also comes from where my sporting abilities were and how I was encouraged when I was a young girl, to play my sports, balance the academic part of it, then the debates and the elocutions. We were trained, there was theatre, so everything.
Wow. So that school had everything.
Everything. So I was on stage, we did Wizard of Oz, I was Dorothy and Andre was the wizard. So that was a fabulous childhood that I had. And then in the 80s, my dad was thinking about retiring, of course, in some years, but he had to choose a place, whether it would be Bangalore or Goa. And Goa happened. And in mid-80s, we built our home here in the Defence Colony. And ever since, Goa has been home. And I did my college here in Goa. So Goa has contributed to my education as well, as far as my
So
college
you studied
education.
here in Goa?
Yes, St.
Where?
Xavier's.
Wow.
St. Xavier's College, Father Antim
That is great. That's
yes,
great.
absolutely. So I feel like, whatever I am today, it's given from all of this, and
Of
definitely
course,
Goa
every place
has played a
makes
huge
you.
role. Yeah.
Every place makes you.
Yeah.
So our sports were kanchas, gulli danda, kabaddi.
कंचा तो मैंने भी खेले हैं
खो
नहीं कंचे तो मैंने भी खेले हैं गिल्ली डंडा
कितने
मैंने
तोड़े
भी
हैं?
हाँ तोड़े नहीं है वो NTL करके
मतलब
बोलते हैं।
फोड़ा कराया था
फोड़ का है।
फोड़ा कराया था I really
So having an
marbles
older brother, no, I had to
of course
play कंचे
we used to
with
all
them.
have that all kushti, kabaddi, those kind of things.
Kho-kho.
Kho-kho. We used to play all those sports, and those times were different. These sports were not, especially in the places we were, they didn't have a really good sporting tradition.
Yeah.
Either you were known in cricket or maybe football, or otherwise there were no much choices.
Right.
I used to swim a lot, so a good swimmer, but more of an underwater diver kind of a thing. I used to love throwing things in the deep end
And
of
go
the
and
pool
search.
and search for it.
Yeah,
So
that
I
was
used to
fun.
always win it.
But
Because,
track
What
has
is
always
the
been
deepest pool you've been to?
well, I think it was one of our Olympic size pools, which was around 24 feet depth or something.
wow.
24 feet depth.
That's a diving pool.
Diving pool.
Yeah.
Deep
Very
diving
nice.
pool. Olympic size. We were lucky. Being in the army background, we had these military places that
That's where I
had
learned
the
my swimming.
Same
The
here.
coaches would
Same
come
here.
and that's where I
my
learned
coach was
swimming.
like this. I was standing in the pool for 2 days, not able to swim or anything. The third day I go there, a girl comes and pushes me in the deep end, and I learned swimming. That's how I learned swimming.
Sink or
You have to
swim.
be pushed.
Yeah,
Instant.
sink or swim.
So I had no choice. Somebody came, I'm standing there and doop, I'm in the pool, sinking, and I had no choice but to swim and come back. Nobody was ready to help me. They were laughing till they realized that. And then I started, I was able to, and then
Once you
I lost
overcome
my
the
fear.
yeah,
I lost
then
my fear, and that's how I
it's a natural,
was able to swim.
Yeah.
So
Actually, not only lost my fear, I got ashamed because that girl dived in and pulled me out. Half. So
But
the
why
next
should you
moment
be
I jumped
ashamed?
back.
But 1 minute. Why should you
No,
be
because
ashamed?
I
Sorry,
was-
this is the strong feminist side in me
No,
coming
this
out. Okay.
this is because I was rescued by a person smaller than me.
Acha, not because she was a girl.
There was no this thing.
It
She had
was a
thrown me
girl.
in.
Huh.
What this thing was there? She was the one who had pushed me. Then she realized this guy is drowning. She pulled me in. So I got ashamed and I jumped back. And swam.
And then-
That is how I learned swimming. That's actually the story. But realistically speaking, being from the defense background, you really don't learn to discriminate.
Yes.
You
I agree.
treat women as equals, rather
And no more respect.
and we used to fight with them also the same. So same punches used to land at them as we used to land at boys, and they could punch better than me. I sad to say, my sister's a stronger puncher than me.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, tell me about it.
So studying in Haryana, right? You learnt a lot of their languages, Punjabi.
I learned Punjabi, I learned Jatu, Haryanvi, I speak Haryanvi. So this, when you speak about defense and you speak about non-discrimination
Yes.
between the genders, I must bring this out because in school when I was growing up with those young girls and boys, many of them were from rural backgrounds. Some of the boys were very crude, crude is the word I would say, raw.
Absolutely.
And they would speak in a manner which is very, you would feel at that time that, oh my
Offended,
God, that is
huh?
very...
How is he speaking?
Yeah, but
They don't mean
they didn't
offense.
mean it.
The
But I
language
must
is like
tell
this.
you that my batch has the maximum number of boys who join the services. 18 of my batchmates are in the services, and some of them are
Wow.
COs in Ladakh, in Kashmir. So they are commanding officers already, and I'm so proud of them. And today, when they speak to me, they tease me, and we are in touch. So my whole class has a group chat that we are on. We are about 89 of us, and
Wow.
there's so much respect, and there's so much. And I look at them and I say, "You guys were such idiots when we were young. You all used to be so rude to me. कैसे खड़ी है? लट्स है कि छोरी
कितना खड़ी
है?
है?
इतनी लंबी कैसे
कितना-
होगी तू?"
कितना जा रहा
And then they used to be like, I used to be the benchmark for height. हाँ, शामिन से लंबा हूँ मैं, बस शामिन इतना रह गया मेरा शामिन से height में. So that used to be the comparison. Yeah. So,
Funny thing for be a benchmark for, but
Yeah,
yes.
that's very interesting.
height. Yeah, many of them are not still taller than me. Yeah. So
I can
रह
believe
गए
that.
वो.
I can believe that. I'm not as tall as you, but I'm larger than her.
Okay. Okay.
So I say that I may not be as tall as you, but I'm pretty much larger than her.
So you compensate in the other division.
Yeah, other way.
Please don't mind me. I got a.
No worries.
All of us have. I think
Yeah.
nowadays this is in
It's
the
going
air.
around, yeah.
And us both, I think it has become because we've been talking too much.
Maybe.
We are supposed to be listening.
Maybe you should
to
have
other-
Fanny shots when you're doing the
We're
talk
just
shows.
talking about Fanny on the
Ah.
other episode.
burn the bacteria and then you're
I wonder whether Fanny, you could replace Fanny with other, like say a whiskey or a vodka. I don't think so, right?
you
Fanny
then
is something.
it's not right to compare. I think
know,
it's not
but
right to compare.
in terms of, because people do talk about Feni in a medical sense also.
They do. They do.
I wonder whether it's any alcohol or is it specifically Feni? Just an innocent question.
We don't know actually, but I'll tell you a fact. You are asking the wrong people, probably Charmaine and probably me.
Yeah.
And me though is a totally wrong thing, because if you ask my wife especially, or my other family members also, she calls me a cheap thrill. You know, because she'll say you've got 20 single malts and you'll have 100 other offerings in front of you. You'll go and look and then you'll choose Feni. So useless asking me, because I am biased towards Feni. People, some people, especially from north and other places, come and ask me this question at times. Charmaine, they'll say, "Oh, Feni stinks." I said, "You doesn't stink.
Strong
There's a particular
smell.
strong smell to it, yes, but it is not a stink."
So I
A
turn on
perfume
and
also-
tell them it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it is a acquired taste. It is a taste because they don't know what Feni is. They drink that cheap plastic bottles, which is not Feni actually.
Yeah.
It is spirit with acid and with smell put into it, which stings, and it is not Feni actually. Or it is unprocessed raw Feni, which is served as the cheap drink. Feni, you'll be surprised. You know how much a bottle of Feni comes that has come from a proper company like Kajulo, Kazkar, Big Boss. You must have heard of all these.
Yeah.
So these also cost a good deal nowadays.
They do. They do.
So,
Good Feni does cost.
starts
yeah.
from 500 to 700-800 rupees.
Yes.
But do you know that Feni bottles also cost around 2000 rupees?
So that's one of my earliest memories of when we came to Goa in the 80s. My dad would treasure his Feni bottles to take back to Delhi. Yeah, oh my goodness.
You know, I was studying in Russia, St. Petersburg, Russia. So one year I actually took Feni there. You know, for all these, I had Vietnamese friends and all these guys.
For them to try it out.
Yeah, for them to try it out. It was nice.
They loved
you know,
it,
to say,
yes.
this is the alcohol of my state of Goa.
Yes, and the distillation process is so unique to Goa. It's
You know,
something
Charmaine, this is just a thought. But I think with the convention that is coming around, we should give them a taste of Goa.
Good
Something
idea.
of that type.
Yes.
We should, being what Goa is, and we have a lot of craft liquors in Goa.
Absolutely.
We have got one of the topmost
People
whiskies in the
don't know.
world.
Paul John,
So
yes.
Paul John's.
Yeah.
I think one day in that we should focus only on Goa.
Absolutely.
Nothing else but
I
Goa.
think the outside world needs to know more about all the greatness Goa offers. You know, I think we need to expose more of the greatness
You know
of
how
Goa.
many
There's so many
doctors come out
facets.
of Goa? There are a huge number of doctors coming out from Goa. A lot of engineers, people from BITS Pilani. So you have got great minds coming out.
Yeah.
You have
Sports.
institution like Goa Institute of Management. Huge number of people coming from there. We have got national level cricketers now.
Yes.
One Dilip Sardesai used to be the only one at one time, but now we have a couple of them. Then we have other aspects also. We have got chess, people representing Goa
So
in
Goa
chess.
is not only about the sun and the sand.
And
yeah.
look at her.
Okay.
She represents India in the national, what is that? Ultimate Frisbee.
I'm
So
on the
you just
National
went to
Masters
Europe.
team.
Wow.
Yeah.
She went to Europe just recently, I think. And very
October.
soon you're again traveling around to somewhere.
For the Asia Oceanic Championship to
Wow.
Manila in September.
Wow. So
Yeah.
she represents India.
Yeah,
So
so
this
I'm
is
blessed.
there.
That's just because Goa gives me that. Goa gives me this balance of being able to work, to
Yes.
do my work in the mornings and whatever, and being able to play in the evening. So because of also my sports school Rai upbringing, I play sports every day.
Wow.
I'm addicted. I have to play either my tennis or I play badminton. I was just telling you, I played.
Can I borrow something from you? Some aura from you? Rub it off me. I get this thing more fitter and things.
No, I just feel blessed that I'm able to do that. That's because it's Goa.
Why do
Goa
you say
gives
that?
us this. But I think the way the local population lives in Goa, we have a good balance of work life.
Yes, work-life balance.
Yes, so we
I
know
think
how
this is the
for
biggest
recreation.
thing of Goa.
Correct.
The work-life people here, Charmaine, on show's name is Susegaad Musings. We kept
Susegaad Musings.
yes.
Lovely.
So
What a lovely name.
Why we kept this name?
Yes.
Because people have a wrong notion about even Susegaad. They think it means lazy. They don't know what it means. It means
Proud to say
relaxed.
it's relaxed.
It
Yes.
also means
De-stress.
contented. It also means balanced.
Yes.
Being Susegaad means you balanced. So we have a very Susegaad life. And what is Susegaad life? Does it mean lazy? No.
No,
It
not
has
at
got a balanced life. people here work hard. They probably party harder also.
Absolutely.
But it's not about party. Some people like to, some people don't want to.
Different forms
Some
of
people
recreation.
want sports.
Yeah.
Some people want
Music, playing an
Some
instrument.
are like me. I'm a connoisseur of music and dance. I like hearing and watching. So audience also is required after all.
Yeah.
So I clap very well when people win. So
But
I'm
that's
one
the
of those.
balance that I feel
Yeah.
Goa is really, I mean, I cannot think of any other place that would have given me what I've got.
I
here in
heard
Goa.
every day you play at Miramar Beach.
Yes, we play the sport called frisbee. I do my fitness training on the beach because sometimes we have beach tournaments, sometimes we have hard ground tournaments. My 3 kids are into sports as well, and I feel that what I have learned from sports I need to pass on to my children.
And your children, did they study in Goa?
Yes.
All
so
their life?
yeah, 2 of my older girls, they've passed out of school and they are in college. One is in Pune and one is headed to Mumbai. My son is still here in school in Goa in Sharda Mandir. But sports is the biggest gift that I think I am able to give to my children for them to have that
Do you know
balance.
that she's also a personality coach, trainer?
Yeah.
She's also a
corporate
realtor,
trainer.
full-time realtor also. So I don't know how many facets this woman has, including being a mom, including being a wife, running a career, running
It's
a
the
home.
blessings, Amit. It's just the blessings that I have and keeping it simple, just as uncomplicated as possible.
You know,
yeah, playing my
Charmaine, you're a
sports,
perfect
working.
example of what I try to tell people. People say woman empowerment and things and that. I said, boss, you do not require to empower women. They are much, much, much more way ahead of us, more balanced. A housemaker, right? Sometimes they look down, oh, she's a housewife or something. Amount of work they
Tough
put in.
job.
It's a tough job.
Tough job.
And women who are working as well as, running a house, oh boss, salute to
Yeah.
them.
Same
But-
here.
Thank you.
I mean, I give hats off to my wife.
But I'll tell you one thing. This is she's one step further. You're an entrepreneur. So it's very tough being an entrepreneur.
It's
Tell
also
me
the
about
support I get from my family, my husband,
course.
my children. They
Of
they
course,
support
this
me.
is the important thing.
Yeah.
So being what you are, you grow and learn and are able to, soar because of the family or support.
And
you
the
have.
environment that I have
Yes,
here in Goa,
yes.
it's everybody.
So it is important to have an environment which lets you grow.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Absolutely.
So, my couple of questions. Real estate being what it is, you are right now entrepreneur in real estate. You do brokerages, you sell lands, you help people set up homes, buy homes, lot of aspects of it. How did you come into it, and how do you think this about profession, much maligned profession to say?
Not really. I mean, for me, it's like all the other journeys that I've had. It's such a wonderful learning experience. And over the years, I have a very dear friend who's a developer. And people would randomly ask me, my parents' friends, find us land in Goa, or find us a small house in Goa. And I would put them in touch with various friends who are developers and builders who we play tennis with or we play badminton with. And then over time, a friend of mine said, there's a business angle to this, don't you? So I said, no. And he sat me down and explained to me. And he said, now that the kids have grown up a little bit, why don't you look at it a little bit more seriously? And that's when I got into this. And I really enjoy my work. There are days when I drive through the villages of Karona and Kalvi and I see the lush greenery on both sides and I said, this is my office. Like, wow, this is my work.
Wow.
And I take videos and I take pictures and I send it to my friends and say, here's my office, see? This is where I'm working
Yeah, I
from. These are the deals I'm closing.
In terms of
It's
that, the environment in Goa is
amazing.
Not
I'm
just
so
this.
blessed. I'm so
real
blessed.
estate helps you do many things. One of it is meet new people.
Yes.
Travel, drive around. I love driving. I like traveling. I like meeting new people, reading, learning, and it's a learning experience every day in real estate.
Absolutely.
So, Charmaine, it's a tough business. It is not easy. People think just require a card, a phone number, and
No.
I can do real estate. No, it is not. So, being what you are, how did you become so successful at it?
Amit, I don't know successful or not, but
You are.
all I
You
want
are.
to say is that I'm very happy with what I'm doing and I feel blessed. God has been good, business has been good. It's just about joining A to B, where A is as happy as B is. It's simple. It's very simple. And then
You make it sound too easy again. It is not that
I
easy.
have no social media platforms where I market myself. It's all word of mouth. It's friends. And I also, honestly, to tell you, Ryan, Amit, I don't go searching for business. Fortunately, because I don't have big targets and big goals. It just keeps happening. It keeps happening, and I keep telling myself, tomorrow I'm going to take a day off, and it doesn't happen. Okay, tomorrow I'll take a day off. No, it doesn't happen. I'm busy the next day and the next day. But I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
You know, I knew Amit would get into real estate somehow.
I'll tell you why.
Bring it all
Because
together.
She is doing a job that is as tough as nails as can be. It looks easy, and working a broker's life is tough. I'll tell you why. Because one side is guy with money. He's got money. Other side has got something that has got value. People think, why are you there? You're the only one with nothing. So he has got money, he's got land or a piece of property. He gives this property to him, he takes the money. What are you doing? What are you there for?
Then they realize later.
You
when
are
it
there
comes.
for the value you
Yes,
bring in,
yes.
the
The
knowledge
trust,
you bring
the
in,
sincere,
the experience and the right way to transact that business that you bring in. So, but people don't realize it, and it is very damn hard work.
Okay.
So
now, let me get back
I'll ask
to...
her, ask her another question before you
wait,
can take
before,
it forward.
Before you go there, I want to continue with, how she came to Goa.
Just ask her one question. How many houses do you have to show before one gets clicked?
At least 7 or 8, I feel.
So
I used to do 10, but now I've come down.
she's some of the blessed ones.
Yeah, because
Most of
I
them
heard
will
it's
do
much
20 to
much more.
25
Yes, yes.
houses, some as worse as 100.
So here's where the little experiences come in, Amit, where I can now shortlist in my mind, knowing what my client wants, not waste his time or my time, or her time or
Beautiful.
my time, because
So
I can then kind of figure
Yeah,
out,
Amit was telling me about this earlier.
yes, this is the kind of locality they want to be in. This will not suit, this will suit. Sometimes they want a budget. Then I'll tell them, it's okay, you go and stay in a budget, but they don't expect class and don't expect something that's very fancy or very nice. You'll get your budget. I'll find you an apartment in maybe 60 lakhs
you
or 70
go into the
lakhs.
psyche of people.
Absolutely, and understand their need,
and
and then they trust me as well, because then I speak their language and I say that आपको ये चाहिए तो इसमें आपको ये सब मिलेगा, ठीक है, आप बोलो, आप जब आओगे मैं ये दिखा दूंगी आपको. But if you want something more and you're ready to spend a little bit more, I can show you this, and then they realize, and that's how
Great,
we.
great.
So
Basically, I wanted you to just
shortlist it.
how fast you clicking deals, because I wanted to underline that this lady is damn good at what she does.
I'm sure she is.
She is.
We-
She is.
You've also been Miss Goa. Tell us about...
Oh wow, yes.
That whole
You know,
part
this
of it.
height is something that has helped me and not helped me also, because when I was in the north, I used to have these old aunties, इतनी लंबी है, इसको लड़का कहाँ से मिलेगा? They used to talk like that. But then I feel, one of the prerequisites of a beauty queen is, I think, being tall. So it just happened. I was in college in St. Xavier's here in Mapsa, and this Femina Look of the Year, this was 1995. Now don't do your math and calculate my age, okay? So 1995, this Femina Look of the Year contest came about in Mumbai.
You're
and
making us do that.
and my aunt said, you must come for this, and you're going to be a model, and I'm going to take you to meet the people. So I went there. I went to the Times of India office, and I was as raw can be, because I used to be a sports person. So I was in Keds, jeans, t-shirt, and I see all these gorgeous young girls in gowns and heels and makeup, and Charmaine had nothing of the sort. And I met the judges who were shortlisting from all over India. There were some 900 entries apparently, which I got to know later. And they said, oh, so you want to get into this line? I said, no, I don't want to get into this line. I want to finish my education first, and then I might come into this and see how it goes. They said, no, but we're going to shortlist you. And I came back to Goa, and a few weeks later...
Oh, so you had gone to Bombay to meet the judges.
I came back to Goa a few weeks later. I got a call, because that time there was no email, and it was 95. It was a long time ago. So I got a call saying, you've been shortlisted and you're one of the 16 finalists. You need to report to the Taj in Mumbai for your 1 month of training, and then there's the contest. And I looked at my mom and dad and I said, I don't even own a pair of heels. I don't have what they want me to take, so I'm not going for this. And my aunt was very insistent in Mumbai, and she said, no, you come here and we'll get everything sorted. So believe you me, that's the first time I learned to walk in heels, and that's the first time I actually went and bought kind of a wardrobe that was not sports.
I'm imagining that a gangly, sporty,
Fully
tough as
tanned,
nails,
completely.
tough as nails, tomboy, suddenly turning into. So you are probably the reason that movie was made. What was that name? Where Sandra Bullock became
Miss Congeniality. Yeah, correct.
So probably that movie was inspired by you.
So oh my gosh, no, I hope. Thank you. But yeah, when we were at the Taj, I remember when we were doing training, I would call them up and I would say, I want room service. And you know what they would tell me? Because I was sporty then and I had to knock off some weight. They said, ma'am, we've been told not to deliver food to your room. I was like, no, I'm hungry. I want something to eat. But they groomed me, and I feel that also became a part of what I am today. They taught me the right way to eat, and I
speak, carry yourself.
Carry myself, interact with people, and this kind of a setup I had a lot of experience with at that time. After I won the title. So I won the title in 1995,
wow.
Yes.
So Miss India?
It was called the Femina Look of the Year.
Femina Look of the Year.
So it was
right.
like,
so it was a national tournament or what?
It was national.
National level.
Femina
Look of the Year is
1995.
Like a national title. It's
was
not
a
Goa title or anything.
It was a national title.
Wow. So I didn't know that. This is another star in the hat.
Yeah.
So actually I didn't know this.
You didn't know this? No, okay.
I didn't know this. I just came to know today.
Aishwarya was a judge, and she
was your judge. Okay. Okay.
She had won the Miss India that year in Jan, and my contest was in July, and of 1995, and then that's how she crowned me. And
interesting.
Yeah. So that was purely as a model, because the elite is a big name in Europe for like a modeling agency. Like you had Ford, you had Elite. So it was the Elite and Femina collaboration that were picking up this. So after I won here, I went to Seoul in South Korea, where I competed with girls from all over the world. It was and I was all of 19, and I was so scared. I was so raw and so new. But I guess that's why they wanted me there, because they felt they could mold me into whatever they wanted me to.
Superb.
So then after you won that, went to Seoul, did you continue in the modeling?
I did. And unfortunately, about a year and a half later, I met with an accident when I broke my neck.
Oh, shit. How did that happen?
So I was in Navy Nagar.
Broke my neck is like a fatal thing.
Yeah, I could have died. So I was in Navy Nagar, and it was a freak accident. I was walking on the road, and I was taking my aunt and my cousins for this movie called Ace Ventura.
Okay.
And in Bombay.
Okay.
In Bombay, because I used to PG in Bombay, and I was working in Bombay. I was already doing a lot of ramp shows and all in Bombay. And these road barriers, it got dislodged by one of those Shaktiman trucks that moved out. The truck moved out, and this road barrier came crashing down on my head. And with that impact, my C1 and my C2 dislocated 3 mm. And I was on the flat of my back. Then it was 9 months in Ashwini Hospital. I was out for a while.
Very interesting story.
Isn't it?
So
that was my wake-up call.
No, but you should write a book probably on yourself. We can do a nice autobiography.
No, that could have definitely killed you.
It could have. So that, that stop sign which is in the middle.
That comes in.
Maybe it's all the sports training or something.
I think if it was just 2 inches behind on the soft spot, I would have died. But it happened to be here.
Because you're little tough as nails. I think your head protected you. The tough head. The coconut that you have.
Hard-headed?
Well. My husband, I think, was
Bolu is a sweetheart. Don't say that about her.
You don't know the half of it anyway.
Well, all women tend to say that, but I know that he is a sweetheart.
So that's why I made this whole shift to Goa, and I realized there's much more to life than just increasing the speed of it and going from one show in Dubai, Milan, and coming back, and so much of money and everything.
So you properly got into the
Oh my God. Milan, Dubai. Now I'm floored. Madam, thank you for being there on the show. We didn't know that we were talking with a celeb, a model, international model.
Please share this with all your friends.
Man, I don't talk about it at all.
I'm stunned. I'm floored right now. I don't know. Thank you. Oh my God. Our level has suddenly increased.
Yeah,
we have an international celeb here. Yeah? A person who's modeled in Milan. Milan. Very.
Dubai shows were like very
Dubai.
But then that didn't appeal to me anymore.
Wait,
then
so which year was this? 96?
95, 96, yeah.
Oh my God, oh la la.
So then
we got huge reach right now.
But I chose to come back to Goa, and I chose to do something more concrete with my life.
So what did you?
Then I came back to Goa, interestingly, and you must obviously know General Rodrigues, who passed away last year, sadly. His wife, Jean Rodrigues, she was in charge of a lot of the Army Wives Association, and she and me together started a finishing school. It was called Chrysalis, yes. So we decided to groom and train young ladies to step out into the world. So that is what I did when I came back after I had this accident in
I'm
'96.
going to have a word with you after this.
Yeah.
After this
But I
show.
wanted to give
Or
back.
something else.
I really wanted to give back to young girls how they can, be confident and be assertive, not thinking that they're from a small town in Goa and when they step into Mumbai and Delhi they would feel lost. So I really needed to give them that little bit of confidence, that little bit of encouragement, show them how to sit, how to stand, how to talk, how to dress.
Rather, I'll tell you one thing. I think being from Goa will give a complex to others. Oh, she's
Possibly,
from
yeah.
Goa.
Yeah.
I mean-
now it would, but at that time, the youngsters had a bit of a
Yes,
complex.
yes,
we are from a
yes.
small state. We are from a small
Yes,
town.
yes.
So
I
that
understand
was
what you're saying.
yeah. So that's what we did for a long while, and we used to have the culmination of our courses in the Governor's Palace as high tea. We used to take them there for
Wow.
high tea. Yes. It was
That's something amazing.
very fulfilling. I used to feel very
sure.
good.
This is, again, as I said, layers upon
Many
layers.
layers, yeah.
We're coming to know different facets. So this is the beauty of this talk show, You come to know so many things about people, so many achievements to their lives, which you normally don't even know. So thank you. Superb
you.
learning it is. Huh?
Thank you so much.
I'll have a question, Ryan, to you. Don't you think having such guests are enriching us?
Well, we learn so much from our guests, and that's the best thing about conversations.
It
Like,
is.
I was speaking to another guest and I asked him, did you feel like you should have had a solo episode where it was just us interviewing you? He's like, no, I learned so much from my co-guest, and that kind of opened my eyes because we are exposed to so many experiences.
I think nobody can do it on their own, right? It has to be from the environment around. Like I'm so grateful that I made that shift to Goa. Goa has made me today my identity. When I say I'm from the state of Goa, I am so proud when I move out of the state, when I play my sports, when I go for my international tournaments. And I say from Goa, immediately like, yeah, we know Goa. Wow. I said it's a beautiful state and Goa has so much to offer. I feel our youngsters today, they are so well-rounded because we have a great environment around us.
Yes,
Yes.
true.
You said many people often ask you, your kids are studying in Goa, or the education may be not that great and all that.
Yeah, I beg to differ. The two of them who've passed out of school in Goa through an ICSE school, and now they are studying in, like I said, in Pune, in Bombay. They're doing really well, and they're getting the same opportunities for jobs like the other kids are. So I don't believe when somebody says that, oh, Goa is limited in
I think
terms
people
of
don't
this.
even know what is there in Goa.
Exactly. Look at
We have a lot of great schools. So
the
Some recent,
experience.
some old.
Yeah.
RD has been here for years. Sharda Mandir is a school as best as the topmost. You can call the DPSs, the modern
Absolutely.
schools, or
All three of mine
or
are
whatever.
from Sharda Mandir.
Sharda Mandir is equivalent to them. Then we have Podar, we have
Gera.
Gera,
Yeah.
Sunshine. We have amazing number of schools
I
in
don't
Goa.
know if it's only, you can attribute this only to a school, what a child
it is the
becomes. It's an
environment.
all-rounded development of the child.
Plus-
I think that,
The higher institutes, as I was just mentioning earlier, we have so many of them.
yes.
Amazing amount of opportunity in such a small state.
And the bits.
with BITS, with
yeah.
IHM,
GIM,
with
yeah.
NICMAR,
Yeah,
with what do you call that? GIMS,
So there's so much more to Goa, right, Amit?
GMC, GEC.
Yeah.
We have so much of it. IIT looking to set up its campus.
Absolutely.
I think the education opportunities here in Goa are much better than other places. We are just a state of around, it used to be 15 odd lakhs, we must be 18 to 20 lakhs now. But you imagine the kind of opportunity we are providing to us.
And the
children out here.
lifestyle that we have. We have,
That's it.
that, like you said earlier, the balance that we have.
I don't think any other place has got even 50% of the amazing life that we give here.
That's so true.
The balance of life, the value of life, and what is the right word for it? I can't catch it, Ryan. I don't know. Charmaine, you might be better to tell this.
standard of living. See,
No, I just say the lifestyle
don't
is
call standard of living.
absolutely
I think-
balanced. It's got everything.
The
It's got
quality
the
of life,
fun
I would
part
say.
of it. Yeah,
Yes,
the
Susegaad.
quality. Yes, the quality
so
of
we
it.
are
because,
quality of life.
Yes,
We are
yeah,
Susegaad.
quality.
Like I
Susegaad.
was born and brought up in Bombay, originally from Goa, but I always wanted to come and live in Goa. Now that I'm actually living here, and if I think that if I was working in Bombay, I don't think I would have this much freedom of creativity.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't have probably come up with my own podcast. I think this quality of life gives you space to think.
Yes.
To think differently, to enjoy
That race is not around you, no? That mad rush that you see in these big cities just to get to where? It's like, why are people just rushing so much? Yeah. If I have meetings in Bombay, park my car at the airport, finish my meeting, get back to the airport and come back the same day. If I could help it, I would just not
do
want
that
to stay out
only.
of Goa.
Or probably not go out of Goa also.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And believe you me, you've been a revelation for me at least.
Thank you.
I'll also like to understand from you, what else have you been hiding from us?
Oh gosh. Okay, certain things I can't tell you. Okay,
You
only
don't
the
have
good
to.
things I will say.
Please, please. We don't want to scare people.
Yeah.
No, but
This is not a confession that I'm going
both
to give.
you and your brother have done very well for yourselves. Even your brother is like very accomplished. And what would you attribute this to? Is it the school? Is it the defense
It's
background?
everything. I think it's a all-rounded thing. Yes, the defense background, growing up in the north, in Haryana, coming here to Goa, living in Goa, the discipline that we grew up with because dad was in the Air Force. I think it's a culmination of everything that has made us what we are today. But very largely, yes, to my school in MNSS, right? Yeah, because that kind of, the theatre we did there and the sports that we played there. And we were also made to get our marks, because if you don't get your marks, you don't go to the next class. It was simple. So I think that it's an all-rounded.
So now that you're living in Goa, all your children have studied here, what are the things that you love about Goa and the essence of Goa which you do not want to lose?
Like you said, the quality of life, where I know that I work for like maybe 4 or 5 hours in the day in the morning, that I'm out on the field. Being a real estate agent, I go looking at new properties, or I show properties to clients. And then in the evening, every evening without fail, me and my kids are out on the sports field. Sometimes I'm playing with them, or they're playing their sports and I'm playing mine. Then I pick them up and we go home. I even have a girl who works with me. She's a part of my family. She's also on the sports field with us sometimes.
Wow.
Because my little fellow needs looking after if I'm playing a match or
How
something.
old is your youngest?
10.
Okay.
Adam is 10, my eldest is 21, and then 18 is my second one, and Adam is 10.
We are doing all of this, just to find out your age.
I know her.
The math. The math is happening in the head.
I didn't have to. She told me that. She told me exactly how.
16. That's the number. Can't be possible, no?
Why not?
Anyway.
Why not?
In my mind, I feel I'm still very young.
I feel that I'm still 24.
When I go for my camps, I'm out in the sun the whole day, and I think to myself, I said, am I really doing
You
this?
go out in the sun every day, even now, right?
Even now, but when I'm playing for my national camps and I'm training, it's 6 in the morning to 6 in the evening.
Oh,
Rain or shine, you're on the field, you've cleated up, so we play with cleats, like football cleats. And we are doing sprint sets, we're doing throwing sets, we're playing 90-minute games, 100-minute games with different teams. And I think to myself, at my age, gosh, this is what keeps me going. I love it.
What do you mean by your age? You're still young. You said you're 16.
Yes, very young. Very young, Amit.
Yeah, young. And dare anybody call us anything but young.
That you are still so active in sports. In fact, you're competing professionally. And now you're going to where? Singapore? Or where?
Manila,
Manila.
Philippines in September is the AOUGC, which is the Asia Oceanic Ultimate and Guts Championship. Next year is the World Masters Ultimate Championships, which is going to be in the Gold Coast in Australia. That's going to be around June, July next year. So the team is already being put together to train. So I must tell you, the Masters team in India are chosen at 30 plus for women and 33 plus for men. I'm like in the legends category. I'm like way older than all of them, but I because I think the height advantage and all, I still get to contribute to my team. So.
Not just your height, it is everything. Your ability to do it and probably compete with the ones much younger than you. Of course, you're 16, I'm talking of the 12-year-olds.
Correct.
The ones who still not yet, their brains have not caught up with them. So, let's not...
But those are my blessings.
I just hope they don't come and clobber me. But seriously, amazing hearing all this. Again, the question again to you. What are you still hiding? What other aspect of your life?
I'm trying to figure out what Amit is trying to get.
I know.
No. I'm
I
saying
don't know what he's trying
she's
to
done
get.
this, she's done that, this is done.
Oh yeah,
What else?
multifaceted.
I'm so amazed. How are you able to do all this? How you have done so much Is it one life or are you talking of 3-4
No, but
different
When
lives?
that thing hit me on my head, believe you me, I thought one is over, abhi 8 baki hain.
So how many of that lives you've crossed off?
4-5 हो गए होंगे अभी तक.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm already halfway past that.
And today,
average lifespan.
apart from your professional, your sports, the children are at the center of your life.
Absolutely. My daughters and my son. Yeah.
And
Center of my existence.
How do you feel that Goa has contributed to their growth?
So both my girls, I'm very proud to say, also play on the national team in ultimate frisbee. My second one has captained the Goa basketball under 20 women's team twice.
Are they also
basketball under 20? Wow.
Yes, that's her honor.
Captain.
She's captained the team twice, and she's not that tall. Rebecca, my older one, is the shortest. She's 5'8". She's short. My second one
Excuse
is the
me.
best.
That's not short.
Excuse me, madam.
5'8",
You
she's short.
please don't call 5'8" short.
So we call
Okay,
her Shorty in
that-
the family. Like Shorty, and she looks at me.
Excuse me, I am 5'8". Your daughter is
As if
as tall as me,
And she's
probably a
short.
millimeter taller than me because I'm just a millimeter under 5'8". So what do you mean by 5'8"?
And my
is
son,
short?
the way he's growing at 10, he's like, oh gosh, I think he's going to be 6'3" or 6'4" when
Really?
he finally,
So your second daughter was the captain of the
basketball team twice. Yeah,
What's
so
her height?
she's about 5'9.5",
Okay.
getting close to me. So I'm 5'11.5". So
So what height is your son right now?
I think I measure 5'4" at 10.
10 years old.
Wow.
He's quite
Superb.
tall. Yeah.
Like my niece is around, I think, getting to 12. She's, I think, already 5'6" or something.
See, they grow fast. So skinny, lanky, trips over his own feet.
Yeah,
He's
same,
growing too fast. His brain is not processing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
How do you think that your lives would be different if you were living in a metro?
terrible. It would be horrible. I cannot imagine the freedom that I have here, where I can tell my son or my daughter, okay, get onto your cycle and go to the beach. Go and do a run and come back. I'm not feeling well. I think I'm coming down with a fever. Get onto your cycle to the beach, go for a run and come back, and then tell me how you feel. Invariably, they feel better.
Wow.
That's
this
how
is like
I was.
proper military
That's
school.
how I was brought up. Yeah. So that the proximity to everything, the safety that we have staying in this part of Goa, in Panjim city, the community, where I know that along the way they'll meet so many people who know me, who know them, and there's highs and there's buys. I feel very secure and safe in this part of Goa, and I like this small. In a metro, you don't have this. It's so indifferent in a metro. It's too fast paced. Nobody is bothered about anybody. It's indifferent.
Second you, third you, fourth you.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely.
So we are blessed to be in Goa.
Yes, we are.
Completely blessed to be in
We are.
Goa. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
What message do you have for the people who are watching this talk show?
To say that, just living in Goa is a blessing by itself. Okay, then to learn from the various aspects of, we have professionals who would teach you whatever you need to learn in the state of Goa. People feel that Goa is not good enough, which is something that I think is very wrong. Like I said, the fact that you live in Goa itself is your first trump card. You come from Goa, you're Goan, that's your first trump card. Believe you me, when you step out of here and you say that, you already have brownie points.
Yes.
As
yes.
compared to someone who
I
says
agree.
that I'm from Kolhapur. I mean, I'm sorry, I
I'm
don't mean
from
to
Delhi.
say wherever. I feel that you just say you're from Goa, you already have a trump card. So make the most of your learning abilities in Goa. Balance out life. You must strive. You must work hard. It's not that you say that we live in Goa, it's easy. It's not that. You need to work hard, and you need to also, like Amit said, party hard. That is a balanced life. So if you can achieve that, and if you can make that as what you aspire for, I think you're sorted anywhere in the world.
Never said party hard. When did you say party hard?
I did slip it in. But I don't do that any longer.
When I say party hard, I don't mean like only music. For me, when I'm on the field and I'm playing my game, that's my party. That's my recreation. I don't need to go out
I
anywhere.
wanted her to define this only. I was going to
Yes,
come to
when
that.
I say party,
what do
I
you mean
mean-
by party? Now, yes, we do party hard also at times. That is also true. But there's the age, there are things, and there are many things. I've at least got my age
Mere
is
to
caught up.
sports hai, Amit. I'm telling you, I don't need to go out.
For me, it is going on drives,
Right.
reading, meeting people,
A walk on the
sitting,
beach.
talking.
Yeah.
Walking and running is out of my this thing. Mine is
Trying
more
to
of
get you to
sitting and
commit.
talking and meeting and learning about people in the way that we just learned. Ryan, this question, you also are from Bombay, right? Goan,
Yeah.
born and brought in Bombay. You've lived abroad also. When you came back to Goa, what is that made you come back to Goa? Her father came to Goa, so she came with him. I came back to Goa, also is another thing. But you went abroad and then came back to Goa. Why did you come back to Goa?
So as a child, I used to spend my summer holidays in Goa with my grandparents, and I really loved the peace and tranquility that I would find here. You know, and I always dreamed one day that I could live here. But most of my life I was in Bombay, then we went to Qatar for 4 years, as my dad was in the oil field. Then I came back, then I went to St. Petersburg, Russia for 2 years to study aircraft maintenance engineering.
Wow.
And I learned Russian language, and then I said I can't study engineering in Russian language. And I came back. Then I finished my mechanical engineering in Coimbatore. Then I was very fortunate to get a job in the oil field in Saudi Arabia for Halliburton.
Wow.
In fact, it was one of my childhood dreams.
To work for.
When we were in Qatar, and my father was working for Qatar Petroleum, I saw this beautiful red board, you know, it says Halliburton. And I love the name, first of all, and the font and the red color. And as a child, I thought to myself, I wish one day I could work for them.
You know, when you
The
put your
big
thought out into the universe, I believe if you sincerely aspire, it manifests.
It does.
Yeah, sometimes it
I mean,
manifests
it
even
happened
if
in
you
my
actually didn't mean it. That also happens, huh? Be
That's
very
true.
careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
But that's so amazing.
It may come
Lovely.
true.
Yeah, so I
So now
actually
you're
started-
settled in Goa,
Yeah.
and you're doing this fabulous.
Yeah, so
Give
I
back.
started working in Saudi, and I was working on a 60-30 rotation.
Right.
You know, 60 days there, then 30 days off.
Okay.
But when I got married, I knew that I did not want to live that kind of lifestyle, you know. It really affects the family. And it was a very, very difficult decision because you make a lot of money in the oil field. However, that you make a lot of money, but then your family gets affected. And in the end, what's the point if you have all the money in the world? but-
It's not only the money.
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
like the
exactly.
quality. That's all you need. It's
Exactly.
Not, it's not only money.
People ask me, you shifted from Delhi to here 17 years back. They get shocked. Fact is, yes, probably I was doing even better that time than I'm doing now. But I was never as contented as I was.
Right. So
Never
your
felt
success
as
is
peace.
Yes.
I never felt as, you know, of course we do get stressed at times, but the moment you do that, you just do what you love. You listen to some music, go out for a walk. I just go and listen to. My favorite thing used to be. Now, I don't do it that much because there are too many people there. Go towards Vismagos side,
Oh, nice.
sit neither, and just
On
hear to
the
the
bank.
waves and this thing. Don't do that often. So I go for drives in the greens. That is what I do.
But something I also realize now, Amit, what's happening. People who are in the metros, they look at us now, us who
Yes.
are in Goa, and they see these guys are so satisfied. Yeah, they are so content. And there they are just running these races to, I don't know
I
what,
agree,
increase
I
the
agree,
bank balance.
I
I
agree.
really don't know what it is. But I feel we are richer.
In the end, we are
I
not
feel
going
we
to
are
take
richer.
anything. In the end, we are not going to take anything except
Correct.
leave our memories
You
behind.
know, Amit,
Correct.
I want to ask you, maybe it's also because of the attitude of people in Goa. Because I want to ask you why this is actually. But when I visited Delhi, it is very normal for people to speak very rudely, very rough in the way of speaking. Why is that? In Delhi
Time.
especially,
They
not
feel-
Bombay. Because I've lived in Bombay, I love the people
See,
of Bombay. But what is the thing about like Delhi, North India, for example?
I don't think you've met the right people from Delhi.
Possibly,
There are nice
possibly.
guys.
But
But
I'll
generally,
tell you,
that's
I'll
the-
tell you what
that's the
happens
perception.
is the vicinities of Delhi, especially Haryana, the language is a little rough. They don't mean to be rough,
It
but
just
they don't
sounds-
even have G nahi hota usme. So they don't know what being polite is. They'll talk to their father in their name. Huh?
Yeah.
Ar-
It's very
Artao.
crude. It's very crude, language.
Mara Buddha. And he'll talk to my father in his name also and roughly.
Okay.
Kid jaan lag raha se. So
I
it'll
feel they
sound
don't
very this
intend
thing.
to be rude, but sometimes I also feel it's the paucity of time where they feel like, come on, get on with it. Like, don't waste my time.
Plus, Delhi has got, unfortunately, you see Punjabis, they are warm and welcoming
Yeah.
out there. But even they in Delhi, I think something infects you and you start rushing after, making money and then putting the money in your face.
And
The
keeping
rudeness
up-
comes
keeping up with
from
everybody.
I am this, and it is also a defensive mechanism probably for them. So they try to show that I am somebody so that I can,
But I'll tell you
intimidate
now
and do
what
this
I'm
thing.
what I'm feeling more, Amit, when I'm now interacting with so many buyers who come to
Yes.
Goa, who are buying in the state of Goa right now. I feel, somewhere in their eyes I can see that they want what we have. They want to be Goan.
I just don't
They want that
I
lovely
wish-
Susegaad balanced
I
life.
wish that anybody and everybody who does come here makes Goa his home.
I know. And keeps
makes
Goa what
makes doesn't enrich Goa by bringing their values, but assimilates the values that we so much love about Goa. Brings in value in different manners, maybe in
100%,
work,
100%.
in business, and employment opportunities for Goa, but also enriches himself with our values. The unity, the oneness, the love, the warmth that we have. I don't want Goa to turn into another Delhi. I was living in Delhi before I came here.
I think it's for us.
17 years back, I decided to come here because I was not content there. I was doing much better. I can't even start there. I was doing much better. But today, I'm much happier than I could have been there. I'm happy.
So there
I'm
are those who have
content.
come and bought here and those who have adapted to the Goan lifestyle, and I'm
Yes.
so proud to say that they have merged well into
Well
the Goan
with us.
community. Yes. They have not kind of tried to impose. If some of them have become very good friends of mine.
Yes, yes,
People
many
who
of
have
them.
relocated in the last 4-5
Yes.
years that I've been in this
So,
business.
one more aspects of you, I know that you want to give back to the community. You work very well. You have trained people. You also do a lot of things that you don't speak about. She does a lot of amazing things that she doesn't speak on public and doesn't feels embarrassed to speak about, on giving back to the community. I do know that, and I was trying to get her to talk about it, but I respect that she doesn't want to. She gives a lot back to the community. And I would also wish that since last 5-6 years, you have been in a trade which you are quite successful on. So I hope that after some time, you take out some time and give back to that trade also. Little of your precious time to us also. So the association will look at you with this thing. You are one of our shining stars, and I know that you will be doing amazingly good if you one day decide that yes, you will take a slightly
As long
more
as you are
active
up there as a leader, fine.
I'm
As long as you are our president and the
I'm not the
of
president
NAR,
any longer. I'm not even the
of
executive.
NAR.
No, NAR, I won't be there for very long. But
As
yes,
long as you're there, Amit, I would love to be with like-minded people. It's not
No,
so
of
much
course.
the title that I'm looking for as much as the environment that I'm looking at.
this is what I say. People who can give back should. And there are things that enhance the value by just a person being there. Sometimes a person turns a profession into even better by their presence and can get better value in. They don't realize their own potential, but it is required. To take your trade to another level, you require some people who work selflessly on that. So I hope you do one day.
Thank you.
Eventually, I know that we'll convince our former secretary of Goa Association of Realtors to be the secretary, the president probably in one time. But seriously,
Thank you.
thank
See,
you.
now I
Thank you
just
for
have
being
to-
what you are.
Thank
I just
you,
have to say,
Amit.
you do realize what has happened.
I'm trying
He
to
has
tell
Whatever
just-
you just said and whatever he said is recorded on
Recorded.
3 cameras plus mic, okay? So you're put in a tight
So I don't
spot
want
right
to.
now.
Yeah, completely. I see how the
she's
noose
I
is
never knew Amit
tightened.
could pull that
she's a
move
very
now.
she's a very slippery eel. She knows how to move out from all the tight spots. She's got all the what do
So
you call
Amit,
that?
you know me. I don't aspire for fame in that sense. I think it
You have
was
had
in
enough.
my yes exactly.
You've had
You know,
enough.
so I was not very famous, but I don't aspire. I aspire for where I can do all what I need
This
to
is
do
what I mean to say.
live happily.
No, of
I
course.
think-
If that fits into the scheme of things, I'm on board. Absolutely.
Your family, your things that you're close to.
My sports, I'm representing the country now in the next couple of years. Till my old legs can carry me, I will keep doing that. But I'm just saying, if it fits into the scheme of things,
It will,
yeah.
I'm sure.
If you pull me away from my sports field every evening to come for a meeting for GAR, not happening.
We should keep the meetings in the mornings, I think. Keep you away from your business so that we can do some. Otherwise, she takes away the lion's chunk nowadays. No, but seriously, I wish more success to you.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you want to. If you one day feel, we will be more happy to have you there.
I never say no when you guys ask me for anything. I never say no.
We know that. Yeah. And I hope that you keep on doing whatever you do.
Thank you.
More successfully. Thank you for being here, being with us, sharing your life, your thoughts, your ideas, your moments of your lives, and telling us that you are an Anglo-Jat and
yes, completely
Anglo-Jat from Goan. This is
what a lovely cocktail, no?
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, she has got a Mallu princess blood also.
Yes, yes, of
in
course.
A family.
We have family property in Kerala, so yes.
Oh, wow. She's got a Mallu princess's blood in her veins also. So that is another, royal blood lineage. Oh, big thing.
But anyway, thank you so much.
Thanks,
you had such an
Ryan.
enriching talk.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, it's been great, and we look forward to being in touch with you. Thank
for
you very
sure.
much.
For Goa, I'm in. Yeah. Thank
So
you.
from Amit and myself, thank you very much
Thanks.
for coming on this talk show.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Susegaad Musings. Stay tuned for the release of the next episode of Susegaad Musings exactly in 1 week. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other podcasting platform. Watch us on our YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram and Facebook @Susegaad Musings. Susegaad Musings is brought to you by Amit Chopra and me myself, Ryan Lobo. I will see you in the next episode.